Chapter 4, Section 6 is about relations and functions. This is a two-part lesson, but by the end you should be able to evaluate functions given their input values and know what function notation is. All right, so vocab first. A relation is a pairing of numbers in one set with the numbers in another set. We call those the domain and range, and they're actually your x and y values. The domain is your x values, and the range is your y values. All right, so we're going to be able to identify the domain and range of each relation and then represent that relation with a mapping diagram and use that to tell if it's a function. Okay, so first things first, they're going to give you a grouping of x, y ordered pairs. You're going to have to split them into domain and range. Remember that your domain is your x values, your range is your y values. So for your mapping diagram, we're going to list all the domain values. Okay, so we're going to go through and pick out all the x's. -2, 0, 4, and 5. That's where they got these numbers. Okay, then you're going to go through and pick out your range values, which are your y's. So 0.5, 2.5, 6.5, and 2.5. That's all listed here. And then what you need to do is draw an arrow to connect the two that go together in their ordered pairs. So this first ordered pair up here is -2, 0.5. So that's why they have this arrow going from the -2 to the 0.5. Then we have 0 to 2.5, 4 to 6.5, and 5 up here to 2.5. All right, to tell if this relation in your mapping diagram is a function, every domain value or every x value can only be pointing to one y value. Okay, so each one of these x values only has one arrow coming out of it. It's only going to one number. So that means that this one, yes, this one is a function. All right, when we try B, we're going to list our domain and range. So 6, 4, 6, 5. And you don't have to list any of them twice. So we're only going to list the 4, 5, and 6 because there was 2 6s. The range has 5, 3, 4, 8. Right? They put them all in numerical order, which is probably a good idea. Then they connected what goes together. So 6 and 5 go together. 4 and 3 go together. 6 and 4 go together. And then 5 and 8. Okay, because this one on number 6 is going both to the 4 and to the 5. That means this x value has 2 y values, so it is not a function. All right, you're going to use that information to try to figure out, to make a mapping diagram of each of these and then decide if they are a function or not. I'll do the first one with you and I'll let you do B on your own. Okay, so first we're going to list our domains, which is our x values. Okay, so I have 2 4.2s, so I'm only going to list that once, then a 5, and then a 7. Okay. Then I'm going to list all of my range values, which is my y's. I have a 1.5, a 2.2, a 4.8, and a 0. I'm going to go in numerical order, so there's my 0, 1.5, 2.2, and 4.8. All right, then I'm going to connect the ones that belong together. So 4.2 goes to 1.5. 5 goes to 2.2, 7 goes to 4.8, and 4.2 also goes to 0. Okay, right here, this 4.2 goes to both the 0 and the 1.5, so this is not a function. Okay, we only worry about those x values repeating. If the x values repeat, then we know it's not going to be a function. All right, here's a good place for you to pause it and make your mapping diagram and decide if letter B is a function or not, and then come on back and check your work. This one is a function. Okay, the vertical line test is a way to check if a relation is a function besides making the mapping diagram like we have done. So what you can do if they give you this list of values is you can actually graph them like they did here. See the red points. And then you draw vertical lines, or even just take your pencil and use that. But if I draw vertical lines through this graph, okay, if I notice that vertical line touches 2 dots, the rest of them only touch 1. But if I have any vertical line that touches more than 1 dot, it is not a function. Okay, because that means that these 2 points have the same x value in their ordered pair. Okay, letter B, if I were to graph this, okay, I know that anything with an x squared is going to be a parabola. That's what this shape is called, no matter which way it's graphed. And if with any parabola, if I draw my vertical lines through it, at any point, it will never touch more than one place on that graph. So this one is a function. That's the vertical line test, drawing vertical lines through to make sure it doesn't touch more than once. All right, they want you to do, I'm going to do letter A for you here to show you, and then you can try letter B. All you're going to do is graph the points. So over 4 up 2 puts me right here. Over 1 up 2. Over 0 up 1. Back 2 up 2, and over 3 up 3. Okay, now I'm going to take that and I'm going to draw vertical lines through each point. That only touches 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. None of those touch more than 1 dot at a time, so yes, this one is a function. It passes the vertical line test. Okay, why don't you give this one a shot and decide on your own. Okay, hopefully when you graphed this one, you found out that no, that one is not a function because it has a 0 in more than one x value. Okay, same idea here. These would be good ones for you to try on your own. On letter B, this is much like the other one, so we know it should make a parabola, but if you're ever not sure, this would be a good place to use our table that has the x and the y with the problem in the middle. Okay, and then plug in some of your own values. -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. See if anything repeats. All right, your assignment just for today, since that was only the first part, is on page 271, numbers 8 through 15, and lesson quiz questions 1